Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby, and today we are talking about your self-concept and affirmations. Now, if you're new to this channel and you want more videos like this one, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button, click on the bell. It's going to let you know when I release new videos. And if you do like this video, a great way to support this channel and share the information is simply by clicking that like. It really goes a long way. So back to the video, your self-concept and affirmations. First, let's review a self-concept. What does that mean? It basically means who you see yourself to be, the image you have inside of yourself, how you act in the world, what you're able to receive, how the world operates. And literally, as long as you have this image in your head, anything outside of that perceptually will be actually blocked out by things such as your RAS, your reticular activating system, which is literally a filtration system in your brain, is programmed by you. So have you ever started looking for a new car? Maybe you want it, maybe you're gonna go on a trip, or you hear about a new place, and suddenly you start seeing that phrase, or you start seeing that car, you start seeing that thing everywhere. Well, the thing that's changed is not it coming into your life more, but you actually being able to perceive of it. Your subconscious takes in 40 million bits of information, and your conscious brain is only able to process 40. That's according to Dr. Bruce Lipton. So all of this information is coming in, and you're keeping the stuff that you think is important. So if it's important for your self-concept to have a sense of scarcity and a sense of lack or undeserving or not having love, being constantly rejected, or not having a job that really fulfills you, you will continually block out with your RAS everything that does not meet that criteria. So basically your self-concept is a cybernetic mechanism, and an external example of that is the age-old thermostat in your house or even in your car. It's going to be at a set point, whatever it is. Now, if it goes above that too much, something's going to kick on and it's going to come back down. If it goes below that too much, something will kick on and it'll come back up. Whatever it is, it wants to stay near its set point. The same thing is true about you. Whether it's about an amount of money, whether it's about the quality of house you live in, whether it's about the quality of a relationship that you were in and the love that you receive, it will only match how you see yourself. There's a fascinating book written by Maxwell Maltz. It's called Cybernetics. And basically the reason he wrote this book is he was a plastic surgeon in the 60s. And what he found is, even though he'd do these reconstructive surgeries on people and their face looked different than before the injury or whatever way that they were born, until they changed their cybernetic mechanism, their self-concept, they would continually present to the world and act as if that scarring or disfigurement was still there. Until they changed how they saw themselves, they were not actually able to move in the world as they actually were physically. He had to teach them specific techniques on how to change their self-concept, because until you change your self-concept, you will not see a reflection different in the world, because your state of being is how you think and how you feel. And as long as how you're thinking and how you're feeling is in alignment with the old self-concept, you will always want something different, but you never get what you want. You will get who you are being, what you are sending out. The thought's the electrical part, the feeling is the magnetic part, and those together equal your electromagnetic signature, which we know about from Dr. Joe Dispenza. A lot of his work is done in this, and he talks about how that's what you're sending out, that's what you're broadcasting. The universe, the quantum field, actually picks that up, and that's what you're selecting, and it's going to send that right back to you. Just the same in a record player, you punch in a number and it brings you that specific song. That's the exact same thing that's happening. So an easy way to see what your self-concept is to look out into your life. What is happening? What parts of your life are you wanting to change? And what would someone need to believe deep down about themselves in order to see that reflected? Now, a lot of times people get confused when affirmations come in. They say these things in the morning or at night or throughout the day, whenever it is, and it feels good to say them, but nothing changes. And why is that? That's because the way you change your self-concept is to access your subconscious mind. And the way the subconscious mind works is not about reality and truth. It is about what feels right. It is a feeling mind. So if you feel this thing to be true, if you feel like you're unworthy because in your childhood you were told repetitively that you weren't good enough, that you weren't lovable, you felt that impressed upon your subconscious mind that that is who you are, and you've been living in your life that in your entire time. That's what you're you're sending out. By the time you're 35 years old, 95% of your life is run by your subconscious mind. So unless you're really getting in there and investigating, you're actually being run on programs and conditions when you were in the last trimester of your biological mom and 7 years old. So when affirmations don't work, you're saying these words, they feel good, it sounds good, you wish them to be true, but they don't actually feel true. So there's a separation of who it is you want to be and who it is you are being. So even though you're thinking new thoughts, you're not feeling it. And if you don't feel that to be true, your subconscious is going to continue to run on the old programs. So it's not just about writing things down. It's not just about saying these phrases. Sure, having them in your life more and more and more is helpful because it's reminding you to go into that new state of being, a new way to think and a new way to feel, so that you can send out a new electrical magnetic signature and you can get back a new reflection. The only way to do that is to maintain that new state throughout the whole day. So the reason why affirmations most times don't work is because they're not actually affecting your self-concept. You have to really look at it as who it is you are being, and ultimately who it is you want to be. Using Neville Goddard's techniques, such as living in the end, what would that version of you do? If you woke up and you had that $1 million, how would you move through the world? How would you think about different situations? How would you think about your future? If you had that secure relationship, what would it make you feel? Who would you be in the world? What kind of thoughts would you think? No matter what it is that you're wanting to change in your life right now, that self-concept of you that includes that wish fulfilled is going to be bigger than your current one, because your self-concept is a box. Outside of that box is your current desire, your current wish, the thing that you want to happen. And until you expand your self-concept to include that, making 6 figures or having your dream job or having that relationship, until you're able to expand your self-concept to fit that in there, to make and create space for it, you will always have that distance, and that separation is going to continue to create more situations in your life where it's distant from you, because it is not natural right now in your self-concept for you to have that thing, for you to be that version. So spending time in meditation, reading books such as Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and really going in and seeing who is it that you think you are, asking yourself the tough questions, going into your shadows, the things that are hard to look at, and at the same time, they give you the key to freedom and liberation, and ultimately the key to being the version of you that you want to be and having that reflection reflected back to you in this life. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit subscribe. If you haven't done so already, hit that like, and I'll see you on the next one.